Preston here. Welcome back to Woods Trading Fishing. Today's video is about finesse fishing. So right now, heat of the summer, a lot of times you got to downsize your bait, you got to downsize your whole tackle. So here I've got 5 or 6 different lures that I like to throw when the fish are getting really finicky this time of year. Starting out, Livescope is a really big deal, and if you don't have it on your boat yet, there's many other ways to catch them. But one of my favorite Livescope lures is the City Mooch Minnow. This one is Gizzard Shad. I like to put it on a Cipher tackle, a 3/16 ounce stroll head. It's got a weed guard on it. It's actually tungsten, so smaller, more compact, and it returns really well on forward-facing sonar. This has also got a 1/0 hook in it, so small hook, perfect size for that Mooch Minnow. So that's number one there. I like to throw it on 8 to 12 pound line, depending on how the fish are reacting to it. Most of the time I start out with 12, and if they're finicky, I drop down. But I just throw 15 pound braid to a 8 to 12 pound leader, and we'll get into the line here soon. But that's the first one. If you don't have Livescope, a great way to just cover water is a Keitech 3.3 Swimbait. This one is Pro Blue Red Pearl, my favorite color. It's got a huge kick to it, so it calls fish in from far away. But that's a good one there. You can even drop down to like a 2.8 if they're really finicky, but 3.3 to me is the perfect size. And all these lures here I throw on spinning tackle, so we'll get into that as well. But I'll throw that on a 1/4 ounce Dirty Jigs Guppy head. This is just a pure lead color, nothing special. But 1/4 ounce is a good all-around weight because you can fish it deeper, you can speed it up. It's just a good, and sometimes I'll go heavier or lighter, but for an all-around, I would say 1/4 ounce for sure. So that's the second one there. Cool thing about that Guppy head though is the keeper doesn't tear up. It doesn't have like a barb on it that would tear up the swim bait, so it's perfect. I put a little bit of super glue on that keeper before I push the swim bait up on there. Same thing with the Mooch Minnow. Occasionally I'll do that. So, but yeah, that's good for the active fish, but still you're throwing a finesse size bait. It's smaller profile. Like I said, smaller line and hooks as well. One thing I like to do when they're on the bottom, fish are holding on like points, ledges, stuff like that, I'll throw a shaky head. This is a young dinger, which is very popular. It's just a Senko style bait. A lot of people like more of a slender worm on their shaky head, but this is what I throw day in and day out on a shaky head. This is green pumpkin blue. It's got that little bit of blue flake in it, which is really good. I throw a Owner Ultrahead Shakey head screw lock. It's a 1/4 ounce with a 4/0 hook, which is plenty long enough for that worm. I like the green pumpkin one to match, but it really doesn't seem to matter a whole lot. 1/4 ounce, once again, is the best all around. Occasionally, I'll get into the rods here soon. Most of the rods we're getting into for all this is going to be a medium action. I usually throw a medium heavy on that 1/4 ounce, but for an all around spinning rod, medium action for any of these, you can't go wrong with. But I do occasionally beef up to a medium heavy for that shaky head. I will throw 12 pound day in and day out on a shaky head just because I like that heavier line. When it's down on the bottom, a lot of times, you're fishing around a rock, so you want that heavier line. So 12 pound leader is what I throw on that specifically. So it is still finesse, but yet, you're still not throwing the lightest line possible on a shaky head. That's just me personally. That's what I prefer. We'll go ahead and get into the line. So, on all these, I throw 15 pound braid. So both of these are Power Pro. You've heard me talk about it before. This one is the Super Slick. Both of them are high vis. So Super Slick helps with casting distance. You don't hear that roughness on your rod as well. Sometimes the fish can feel that vibration if it's too rough. This one's rougher, but it's also cheaper, so it's a good starter braid. 15-pound high vis yellow, and this was the super slick high vis aqua. Both of these 15 pounds. So 15 is what I throw on all these lures here. Like I said, shaky head, I'll tie a 12-pound. Drop shot, which is a really good, it's a staple for this time of year no matter where you go. This is a Roboworm 6-inch. This is the just the straight tail 6-inch. They have a fat version as well, but I like the straight tail because it's more finessey. Martens Madness is this color. It's got pinkish, purplish. It's got a little bit of a bluish purple vein in the middle, but that for some reason this time of year that bright pinkish purple color is really good. I'll throw it on a 1/0 Owner cover shot. It's got a great, hook on it. Very super sharp, super slick for, driving that hook in. But you don't have to set the hook super hard because it's a pretty light wire hook. So I throw a 1/4 ounce tungsten VMC weight. So this one you actually tie on. It's not one of those that you slip the line through. And pinches, so it holds on there. It doesn't come off like other tungsten weights do. So I would highly recommend those. Once again, 1/4 ounce. Sometimes you can go lighter or heavier, but once again, 1/4 ounce is all around good. Usually on a drop shot, I'll throw 8 to 10 pound. Unless I'm fishing around grass, then I'll throw 12. Next up would be the Ned rig. This is just a bite getter. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. It's kind of really a downsized shaky head. So this is the Finesse TRD from Zman in green pumpkin. This is less than 3 inches long, so it's a very small bait. You can catch small fish, but it also catches big fish too. This is the Zman NedLockz HD. It's got a little bit of a heavier hook in it, so if you're targeting bigger fish, it's that heavier wire hook can help a lot, and it does really well. It's got a great keeper on there. I do add a little bit of super glue once again. Any jig head I throw, if I'm running it up, if it's not a screw lock, I'm putting a little dab of super glue up against that head just so it'll stay on. And you can, on this Zman Elastec, it catches so many fish. Because it's stretchy, so it's not going to tear up near as easy as these other baits that we're talking about. On a Ned rig, I'll usually throw, this is the CR Pounce leader, same leader that I've been using on my other techniques here. 8 pound is usually the lightest I'll go. Sometimes I'll go up to 10. So 8 to 10 on the Ned rig. So that's tied to the braid once again. So those are the 5. I'll throw in a little bonus here. This is a new Strike King Tumbleweed. It's just kind of a mimic of the Japanese dice. So a lot of brands are coming out with that. It's very unique. It's got a little bit of skirt material in it. It's very small, so honestly, it looks like a spider is what it looks like. And I don't know. I guess that's what the fish think it is, but. There's a salted version and a floating version. You can throw either or. It's very good on a drop shot. It's good weightless if you're throwing the salted version. But I would just throw that on a Gamakatsu split shot drop shot hook, size 1. Can't go wrong with that. So that's just a good little bonus. I would throw it on a light line, light tackle. You may even need to go down to like a medium light rod, but getting into the rods, I've got 3 options here. These are just all around, like I said, medium action rods, 3 price points. So we got a lower, middle, upper price point. This one's the Arc Cobb series at $99 with the Daiwa Acceler at $99. So this is a $200 combo, great starter. It's a 7'1" medium action. So it's a good all around finesse rod for sure. Next up, middle ground, is the Daiwa Tatula Finesse Game rod. This one is a 7-foot medium, so once again, just a good all-around rod. It's actually a 2-piece rod as well, so just something a little bit different, helps with traveling and stuff. So that's a good one there for sure. That one's at 150 for the rod, and then the reel is the Daiwa Fuego, so 110 for the reel. So it's a little bit, you know, better, high quality combo there. And they just came out with these Tatulas for 2025, so it's a good, I would highly suggest that one. If you're really wanting to, you know, get into the best combo, in my opinion, the X-Prides from Shimano are one of the best rods ever made. So this is a 7-foot medium, once again. This one is $279, so they're going to be a little bit higher price point for the rod. The reel is a Shimano Vanford, around the same price as the rod, so it's going to be, you know, 500 plus for this combo from Shimano. So that's just 3 once again 7-foot medium rods, just good all-around rods. But like I said, sometimes you're throwing a smaller bait like this, you might want to go down to a medium light. If you're throwing like a shaky head, dragging it around, you might want to go to a medium heavy. So just depends on your preference, but that's my personal preference. And yeah, like I said, that pretty much covers it. You can apply these techniques to any lake you go to right now, you know, especially the deep clear lakes like Smith Lake, which, you know, is not far from here, and even like the lakes like Gunnersville, we see a lot of